Alright, so today I'm just getting ready to make some bacon. So what I have in front of me here is pork belly. What I'm going to be doing is curing this for 7 days, this pork belly over here. Alright, and then I have the ingredients in front of me. So to start off with, I have some cure. So this is prog powder. Okay, so I'll be using 1/3 of a cup of this cure to 3 quarts of water. And then I'll be using 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 2/3 of a cup brown sugar, and 1/3 of a cup pickling salt. And I'm just going to mix it in this bowl right over here. Alright, so I got the pickling salt and I got 1/3 of a cup. And I'm just going to add it right into the water. Now this is cold water. I didn't want to add hot. And let's do 1/3 of the cup of the cure. Okay, 1/3 of the cup of the cure with the salt so far. And 2/3 of a cup brown sugar. Pack it in there. And what's next here? We got 1/4 cup soy. And this pork that I do have, it's about 16 pounds. So it should give me bacon for a while. This is a pretty good size one. It's folded in half. What I'm going to have to do is take off all this rind, and I'll just save the rind, make pork rinds or something like that out of it. But yeah, I'll take you through that next. Alright, as you can see, I'm just in the process of taking off the rind of it. It's just a little bit too tough for my family. They don't care for that part of it. So I'm just kind of skinning it. Alright, as you can see right over here, just kind of dragging the knife all the way down and just trying to keep on as much of the fat on the bacon as possible, because I don't want to lose any of that tasty goodness right there. And yeah, all the way down like this. Alright, so I skinned up the pork belly, cut it into manageable pieces that you can freeze and smoke. The finished product here. So all the skin's been removed, cut her all up, and now I'm just going to put her in a container. We're going to be pouring the cure on top of these, and we're going to let them marinate for 7 days. I may have to make more brine actually. This may not be enough. I want to totally submerge these. Yeah, I'm going to need more, which is alright. Or stack them differently here, we'll find out. Alright, I made another half recipe just to cover all of this. Alright, now I'm just going to submerge it, and it hopefully will do the trick. There we go. So I'll be weighting this down with something, just so it's all covered. And then every day I'll be turning these around, making sure that all the cure is evenly distributed. And then yeah, I can't wait to get these in the smoker. So in 7 days I'll be back, and we'll be smoking here next weekend. Alright, talk to you later. Alright, it's been 7 days now that I've been curing these pork bellies. So I put them on a rack. Now I'm just going to let them air dry for maybe about an hour or two, just to get them all dry on the outside. I'm just going to pat them down with a little bit of paper towel just to speed up this process. The smoke takes way nicer and better flavor when the moisture has been taken off of this as much as possible. And so I'm just going to pat it down, let them dry for an hour or two, see how long it takes, and then I'll just pop them into the smoker and dry them out continually again. All right, I just turned the smoker on. I just got it on a low flame right now. All right, we just put these pork bellies in here to smoke. I just got them on an old oven rack, and I just got some wood or metal bars that I have over here, and this is them at the beginning stage, just to get things started. All right, we'll come back after an hour and we'll get some smoke on these dudes. All right, so I got these guys just drying out for the last 2 hours and 15 minutes. So what I'm looking for is basically a smooth, not tacky surface. So there's a little bit of a membrane on it of dryness. Okay, so there's nothing damp to these at all, and if it is a little bit damp, like on the sides over here, you can just feel a little bit of a roughness. Okay, and that's that membrane, that dried membrane on it, and then it's almost ready. Okay, then I'll take you on this side over here, right, and it's just about ready. I'll probably give it another 15 minutes of drying out, and it'll be good to go here. And then I'm just going to apply some heat, and I'll take you through that in just a few minutes. So I've got this bacon drying right now. It's been sitting around between 100 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So far it's a pretty good temperature for that. All right, it's been about 2 hours and 45 minutes of the drying, and now it's time to add the smoke. So I got my apple wood chips. Crank up the temp a bit. Let her buck. All right, get back to you. So we're about 2 hours within the smoking process. I'm just put more wood chips in the smoker, so it's been about 160, between 160 and 170 right now. It's just bringing itself up, back up the temperature, and I'll just give you a quick peek here. And here's where we're sitting. So we got still some time left here. Don't got much color on here. It doesn't do it justice, mind you. But put another batch of wood chips there. And here's the dudes. Do an underside shot here. So looking pretty good so far. You know, it's not really a hot smoke that we're doing here. I like quite a bit of smoke, so I'm just going to do it at a lower temperature. So 150, 160. I'll crank it up here pretty quick, but yeah, this is where we're at so far. All right, just checking the bacon. Having a look at it, looks pretty darn good. So we're sitting at about 146 right now. So I'm thinking I'm going to be wanting to take this another 15 more degrees. 10, 15 more degrees, so a little bit longer. All right, that thing's pumping still. And 147. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so we got the bacon out of the smoker, and right now it's sitting at, well, it was sitting at 150, now it's 147 as it cools off, so it's about 150. So it's looking good, it's looking juicy. So we started this off at around 215. We dried it for a good 2.5 hours, and then we smoked it as soon as the 2.5 hours was up, and it was dry to the touch, right? So if you ran your hands along the exterior, you wouldn't pick up any residual juice, okay? So it was past tacky, it formed a skin on top, okay, before I added the wood chips. So I added the apple wood chips and then smoked it for an additional 5.5 hours. So I probably could have turned it up to a higher temperature to get it to this temperature sooner, but I wanted to slow roast it and get everything out of it. So 5.5 hours of actual smoking at 160 to between a 160 to 170. Sometimes it dip into 150 between wood chip changings, but generally speaking, it was around 160. So here it is, the finished product. It was probably elevated from the heat source about 5 feet. So it wasn't right on top of it. That's why it probably took a little bit longer, but overall I think it's a good product. I'm just going to flip one of these over just to show you the underside. And you can see it's fantastic here. Me and my buddy, we're just hanging out in the garage right now, my buddy Duncan, and we're going to fry up some of this bacon, and we'll bring you back for that one. All right, just trying out the bacon here, seeing if it works out to our liking, and it looks fantastic. We got a good sizzle going on here. Just gonna cook some up for the family. Oh yeah, look at that. Smells great. And like they always say, proof is in the pudding. So we'll find out in the long run here. All right, so this bacon's ready to go. Kind of overcooked one on the end there, but man, let me lift this up to you guys here. Take a big whiff of that. Oh, love it.